Options regarding proposed new Perry Flood Control Board. So we'll turn it over to our main man Boyd here.
Well, I'll turn it over to Duncan. We were supposed to have a final talk about it today, but I had some family emergency, so I didn't make it. So I'll learn with the rest of you on some of this.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I want
You
the
want
wand
the
of power.
You want the wand of power, absolutely.
You will click off the screen.
All right. Okay, maybe I'll just stand over here.
Is that new backspace for you, or are you?
This is good. Okay, so this is options for the flood control district. And what I wanted to do is, before I got into those main choices that you could make, or options you can choose from, so I just wanted to kind of give the background of where this governmental entity fits into everything else. Now, we all know that in Utah we have counties, and within counties we have municipalities. Cities or municipalities of 1,000 or more, towns are less than 1,000. These are the different titles in the code where they're at. But in addition to counties and municipalities, you have these limited purpose local government entities. And either counties or municipalities create these things. And that's pretty much any other type of entity. So first of all, you have these limited purpose local government entities. Let's see, did I click past too many?
What are you looking for?
Oh, I'm good. All right. All right, so you have local districts. These are the three different types of these limited purpose local government entities. You have local districts, you have community development and renewal agencies, and you've got other entities. So I was talking about each one. First of all, the regular local districts that you have are any of these types of things. Now, initially I thought we fit under the drainage district right there. All of these are single purpose for the most part. And because they totally recodified or changed the numbering of all of these things, it was unclear based on the old numbers versus the new numbers. Initially I thought we fit in under here. We're actually not a drainage district there, which is a good thing, as you'll see. The other type of, the second of the three types of these local governmental entities is basically the RDA. And an RDA can do all of these things: urban renewal, economic development, community development. We have an RDA already, right? And then within our RDA, we have a couple of these community development areas. We have one at Point Perry, we have one at 1100 South. So any city or county can have any number of these different types of special entities. But it's the third category we want to focus on, the other, or kind of the miscellaneous, limited purpose local governmental entities that we're talking about. Some cities have local building authorities or conservation districts. What we're focused on is this special service district, which is kind of an anything else district. And that's exactly what our flood control district is it's a special service district. And it can be created for any one or more. You can have multiple types of things that one of these districts can do. If I remember correctly, South Willard, that's unincorporated, I think they have one of these special districts that does culinary water, sewer, does a number of different things. Ours does technically two things: drainage and flood control. They're kind of interrelated, slightly different. Means we can have all the flood control structures and then all the drainage ditches and structures and everything too. So the Box Elder Perry Flood Control District, and that's the official name of it, Box Elder Perry Flood Control and Drainage District, is a special service district. It was created in 1984 to provide those two functions. And it was created by the county rather than by the city. And for 16 years, until 2000, the county delegated a lot of these powers to an administrative control board that was made up of 6 people, 5 elected by the Perry residents, and then 1 appointed by the mayor and city council. So 6 total people, all were Perry residents. And they pretty much took care of all of the day-to-day administrative functions, everything other than if there was some kind of special financial tax or bond issue, then the county commission would do it. And then as we went along, there was at least one annexation in '85. I think when the city annexed property, then the district also annexed to pretty much keep the boundaries the same as the city boundaries, the district boundaries to do the same. And then in 2000, what happened was the county commission, just so you know the rest of the history, revoked the delegation of powers to the Administrative Control Board, so that then now they had all the control to do everything, make all the decisions. So for the last 10 years, we haven't had local control. Each time we have a flood control issue, we go to them. You know, even if you just want to clear a ditch or whatever, they have the purse strings and the control of that money. That is still specifically set apart for those specific purposes for our area. Now where we're at is the county commission is now willing then to set up this board again. And that's why we're here today, is they're saying, let us know what you want, and then we'll most likely do it, or we'll at least look at your recommendation and go from there. So that's what we're looking at, is for you to either today or sometime in the near future get a recommendation together, send it to the county commission, they can act on it, we can move forward. So the question becomes, what are those options? What are you looking at? There's really 4 different sets of things. The number of members, whether they're elected or appointed or whatever, the amount of power we're delegating, and then who's going to appoint the people. So what I've got is a slide for each of those 4 things. And but the way it works is, and some of the information is a little different than what I put in your packet based on the additional research I did. But the first choice, like I said, number of members, it has to be an odd number, at least 3. Now, so far, you've appointed 5 people, and I think most of them are here, or some of them are here tonight, to a kind of an interim flood control committee, which could become this board later. But at least in the meantime, they're a flood control committee. I think you've got 5 members so far, so I would assume you're looking at least 5. But you could pick any other number, 7, 9, whatever, any odd number. The only thing you can't do anymore is pick an even number. Why we had 6 before, I don't quite understand what you do with the 3-3 tie.
We had the 6th member was a non-voting member.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
So
that was the Perry City Council
that's
member.
right. He was
who was a non-voting. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So you didn't have that chance potential. So, any thoughts there, or would you like me to go through the other choices first?
Let's keep going through.
Okay. So the second choice you'd be looking at is the mode of selecting members. And fortunately for this type of district, compared to the other type, you do have the option of electing them all, appointing them all, or some elected, some appointed. Now, regardless, though, you have an automatic right to appoint at least 1 member. So if the county commission wanted them all elected, they can say all elected, really, except for 1. You at a minimum, have to appoint 1, or can appoint 1 unless you waive it. The rest of the members can be whatever. And you can even do a combination. You can have some appointed, some elected. But really the main advantages or disadvantages are, you know, elected is great because you get better input, but then there is a cost in an election. Here you got no cost, but you get less public input possibly. But the problem sometimes with some of these special districts is you got 5 seats and you publish it a lot and only 4 people are interested, and you got to twist somebody's arm to get a 5th. And then you have an election to elect 5 people out of 5. And then so what's the point of the election? Or you only have 3 that apply, you elect those 3 and still have to appoint 2 anyway because you got 2 vacancies because nobody ran. It doesn't happen that often if you have 10 people running for 5 positions. So that's the kind, and of course these are 4-year terms. Really you're electing, if it was 5, 3 one time, 2 the next time, alternating. But, and these elections are expensive. I think, you know, about $1,500, $2,000 sometimes you can, on an election, at least $1,000 anyway.